Hi, friends, and welcome to episode 4 of our root cause mini-series. You're not ill, your well is empty. How dehydration causes disease and symptoms are just disguised their signals. So, if you tend to think of hydration as just an afterthought to your health, keep watching. Today, we're looking at the water brain health pathway. Most people think that Alzheimer's, dementia, and even everyday brain fog are just part of getting older or maybe just bad luck and genetics. But what if the real cause is much simpler and much more preventable? What if the real root of Alzheimer's, dementia, and mental decline is the long-term effects of unaddressed, unintentional chronic dehydration over the course of your life? The slow drying out of your brain's cerebral spinal sea over the course of decades. Now, your brain is about 80% water, floating in cerebral spinal fluid that is almost identical to, and in fact, only one molecule different from seawater. And this water isn't just for cushioning. It's essential for every single electrical signal, every thought, every memory. Even just a 1% drop in hydration can cause cognitive storms in the brain. These can be a little bit of sudden confusion, maybe some light mood swings and memory lapses. Now, if this low-level UCD, unintentional chronic dehydration, persists, it's usually barely perceptible and rarely addressed. Maybe you think it's just the afternoon slump. But if that persists for years or decades, then by later in life, the persistent cognitive storms from that 1% loss of hydration have already taken a massive toll on the brain. There's a neurologist and psychologist who looks at hydration and brain health, Dr. Sarah Van Anrooy. She's a guest on the Water's Life podcast as well. And she's seen in her psychiatric practice that when patients finally hydrate properly, their mental health can improve even more so than with pharmaceutical medications. And Dr. Batman-Gallage wrote that the most affected by dehydration is the brain itself. The brain cells cannot endure a buildup of acidic materials in their interior environment. So when you're dehydrated, your brain can't flush out toxins or maintain the delicate balance of neurochemicals that it needs. Over time, the ventricles start to shrink, toxic proteins begin to build up, and the risk of Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases rises. Dr. Alexis Carroll said that if we were to renew the fluid surrounding the cell at regular intervals, in other words, stay hydrated, then the pulse of life could go on forever.